All right, welcome back. Star Wars Racing Incorporated and Mr. Lorik 7. We are in full prep mode for this weekend. We're going to have a double divisional coming up right here at Palm Beach International. So Lorik 7 is getting ready. All the major stuff done already. Just going to work on the regular weekend maintenance, bleeding the brakes, bleeding the clutch, cleaning the car, a little more stuff, but did have some major activity here. So you can see the engine hoist is there. So we took out our last engine that we used for the majors and Super Tour. Going through some maintenance right now. And we put in, I'm going to be testing this basically IT engine that's here. Started, so I ran, uh, doesn't sound strong. It doesn't sound as strong as my other engine, but guess what? We're going racing anyways. So I just need to do this. Need to complete one more race this weekend out of the two divisional to qualify for the run-up. So that's what we're gonna do, and test this engine, make sure it's good to be a backup. So, and then later, we'll do our street porting to it. But for now, it's just gonna be this IT engine. But no, everything's good. About to put this thing back on. I started it just a little bit ago, and it ran fine, so that's good. Got an engine that works. We'll put the air box, which is sitting right up there, and we'll be ready to go. Starting to pack our stuff and organizing the shop again. Anytime you take the engine out, then you get a mess. So here's my other water housing. I'm sorry, water pump housing, a water pump pulley for my main engine. So we'll be doing some TLC to that baby. And we're also in the process of building a 13B. So that's what these guys are for the 13B. Need to update my Weber Venturis for that. So we are getting ready for that 13B. So hopefully in soon enough we'll have that 13B. So going back to, I set up the stuff here already. It doesn't look this nice in my shop all the time. Now this, yes, I'm packing my stuff, but this stuff doesn't. I always got this table full of stuff. So anyways, did want to show, this I showed last time, but I got me a second barbecue grill cover from Amazon. It was $12 this time, or 13. But still, really good for my tire covers, so I got another one. The other thing I shopped around was for, this is in the advice department. So I have one pull there in the front, and the reason I'm adding the second one is not so much to have two for if I break down, but really to have 2 points of where you're securing the car in the front and also on the back. Here in the front I only have this one, so the advice is you do want to have two straps in the front, especially, I guess. We don't want the one to break and then also in your car's going backwards on your trailer. So we're gonna add this baby here on the left side somewhere. So when I'm traveling, I can secure the car on both sides, and we have two, so we have some contingency there for that. So I was shopping to get the Sparkle one, which I got before at Summit for a pretty good price, actually. I think it was like $12 then also. Couldn't find it, so everything else was pretty expensive this time for some reason. So I found this really nice one, Tanaka, which is also a pretty good brand. Got this at Amazon for $10 or $9.99. So another, one of those things that, you can get really good quality. It looks great. You can see very strong, and I got that for $10. So the other thing is I do, these older cars have a bunch of, crazy nuts and bolts and things like that. So anytime, this one you can see here, I don't know if you can. So this one's stripped out. This was for my going from the starter through the engine to secure the transmission to the engine. So stripped out for some reason the last time, so that wasn't good. I already had bought one, OEM from one of the OEM places, Atkins Rotary in this case. I bought two actually. I always buy two of everything. That's the other advice. Buy two. So I'm going to go ahead and try to rethread this one. It's good to have a backup of the backup. But anyway, these bolts are kind of hard to find. So anytime I try to go ahead and go just to the regular store and get me the bolts, some of these are not, they're kind of semi-expensive at the store, but still you want to have backups. So anyway, I go to Lowe's or Home Depot all the time. Just go through the metric section and pick up whatever I can find in the right size, length, and pitch, right? So this one's actually, the pitch is not the same pitch. This is 1.5, but it's the same length in size. So right. So if anything, if need be, then I can rethread these right to 125 pitch and use them. So that's the kind of stuff you want to kind of have handy in your toolbox, especially when you're traveling far away. The other thing I got is this baby here. So I know ideally we all get the battery operated guys, but they're pretty expensive for these high impact tools that have a lot of torque. So I don't use it except when I'm taking the engine out. That's the only one time I pretty much use these things. So anyways, the cordless ones are quite expensive, $300 or more. The air ones, you have to have the tank, and it gets really crazy. So for me, the main usage is to have high torque here in the house whenever I'm taking the engine out, or even if I'm on the road, to have high torque. So I say, let's try this Bauer one from Harbor Freight. And I tell you what, it's 1,050 foot-pounds of torque or something like that. And I tell you, it does the job for $89. This is electric, which I like too, actually. I know some people don't, but I like the fact that it's electric. I don't have to have the huge tank or wait for the tank to recharge or anything like that. And I tell you, it worked. I mean, it did the job that I needed to do. So again, rather than, I would have liked to have the cordless one with the high torque, 500 or 600 foot-pounds, but those things are quite expensive. So for the amount of usage, then I went with the Bauer, and I tell you, it worked out pretty good. So far, so good. It's only done about 3 jobs. So far, it's done pretty good. So pretty happy with that. So here's the bottle we're gonna bleed the brakes and do a few more things. Got the stuff starting to pack. Got my extra battery, everything, starting to pack my stuff in my crates. And we are gonna be rock and rolling with this 12A IT7 engine. So we'll test it out, make sure it works, and we'll keep it as a backup. And then we got my other 12A getting refreshed. And we're building the 13B. So that's what we're going to take to the runoffs. That's the idea. So 13B power, baby. So look out. So hopefully we'll have that done soon so I can run a couple races with the 13B, get it break in properly and rock and roll. So that's what's going on here. We'll take the Weber out. The screens out and put the cold box in. Get the battery charging. So anyways, I think that's about it. We're done. All right. That's what's going on here. Star Wars Racing Incorporated.